My presentation today is on projector technology and functionality. I rehashed one of my old ones, added some new stuff, so hope you enjoy it. What is projector? Projectors take a video signal and project onto something, get an image. They use very bright light to project the image. Lenses are important. I thought I'd start with them because I didn't know where else to put it in the presentation. There's several different types of lenses. The ones that we use the most are standard lens and long throw lens. A standard lens is almost always used, except in like the big lecture halls, use long throw lenses, because if you were to use a standard lens, it would be huge, and so we have to have something that get a smaller image at a large distance. There's three primary types of projectors: liquid crystal display, digital light processing, and captive rate. You've probably heard of all of them. I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about each one, tell some pros and cons. CRT projectors are the most ancient. It has 3 separate tubes, and they combine on the screen to produce the images. They have a long service life. They're capable of high resolution. It has superior flags to DLP and LCD. They're larger and heavier comparably. So, and they take a very long time to set up because you have to get everything very precise with these. LCD projectors. The lamp sends the light through a prism. I have a diagram after this. It separates it into red, green, and blue. The polarized light passes through the panels. Individual pixels can be open or closed to allow light to pass through or block the light. And it's just the different phases of the crystals. Then the combination of open and closed pixels can produce a wide range of colors and shades in the projected image. So, some of the things about them: there's a picture for you. Very bright light. It's expensive to replace the bulbs. There's 3 LCD. Split light is passed through dedicated LCDs and recombined, and that's what we use. There's another LCD projector anatomy picture. That's kind of how it works. It just separates the colors out, then opens and closes pixels. Makes an image. DLP projectors.
Tyler, could you go back to that previous screen? And could you maybe go to the screen and explain, how that process goes?
So we have our light source here, and that's necessary. Then it comes over here and it splits the blue light out, and the rest of the light keeps going, takes the green light out, and then we have red light over here. And then the crystals are in here, and you can turn on and off the crystals. Say you want like blue on half the screen and not the other half. You're gonna shut off the blue crystals on half the screen. And then once that goes through, the image from each color is recombined at the end. DLP projectors, developed by Texas Instruments, known for calculators. Light passes through a spinning color wheel as focused on the digital micromirror device. You can see it down here.
Also, I want to zoom the picture, so don't change the...
On the DMD, there are microscopic mirrors, which each of them corresponds to a pixel. And they can be repositioned rapidly to reflect light through the lens or to each.
Could you maybe go there and show them so it will be more readable on the
So we have
on
the
the
light
video.
source going through this condensing lens, going through this color wheel that's spinning really fast. Another optic device that goes on here, and there's a bunch of tiny mirrors that can either reflect or not reflect each pixel, and then it is projected out to the lens. DLP projectors have something called the rainbow effect. Since there's a spinning color wheel, brief flashes of red, blue, and green shadows can be observed when there are high contrast areas of moving white across a dark background. You can see kind of what that would look like. 3-chip DLP light is split and each gets its own DMD, and then they're recombined in the lens, but they're very expensive.
We don't have any DLPs on campus, do we? Probably not.
I think so.
We might have some of those mobile projectors.
DLPs?
Maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe those small ones, because they are relatively very small and light and heat efficient.
So here's kind of a direct comparison of all them, good, bad. CRTs, they're not mobile at all because they're very large. They're not as bright, but you can get a very good picture. It just has to be adjusted very well. LCDs, very portable and bright. Traveling presenters use them. DLP projectors are common in home theaters. Some of the future technologies, liquid crystal on silicon, it's a combination of the LCD and DLP. You get a very, very high pixel density, so you get really good resolutions and a lot of space. Holographic images on transparent screen, not quite the 3D thing that you're probably thinking of from Star Wars, but just you shoot it through a piece of glass that has a film on it. Here's what that looks like. I was in Chicago at a for headphone convention, and in the hotel they had several of these in like side by side, showing a bunch of different TV channels. So it's kind of cool because you could see through, but you could also see the TV. So these are the main projectors we use on campus. We have the C440, otherwise known as the DP8400X. So it's the same projector. Don't let the two names confuse you. The same thing, C450 or the DP8500X. And then same thing with the name, not the same thing. Then the Epsons we've been working with recently. Pretty nice. Here's just some of the error codes for the C450. What the problem is for each. I'm going to show you in a little bit how to solve the most common of these. I was going to show you a few troubleshooting things. So the one where the red temp and lamplight is flashing, those buttons, or those are right here, they'll be both flashing red. what you want to do is power the projector down, unplug the power, plug it back in, and power it back up. And then what you're going to want to do is reset the filter hours. I'll show you in the menu after you clean the filter.
Could you?
Oh, I lied. I got those mixed up.
Do you know what? Maybe everyone will come to the projector and you will show how to take apart, how to replace.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
I'm sorry. If it's flashing, it means that you need to do the filter. So you have to reset the filter hours, but you have to clean the filter first, which I'll show you in a minute. And then the other one was the one if it's not responding to the control panel, like this one was yesterday. You just have to shut it off, pull the power, plug it back in, and restart it, and it should work fine.
It's a fairly common problem.
Yeah, that's going to be the most common thing that you run into. So I was going to show you a few things, 2 maintenance things. So if everyone wants to gather around. To clean these, I'm going to clean the outside thoroughly. The most important part is this filter in here. Take that off, and then just grab this little tab and pull it out. See, it's pretty dirty. I've seen worse, but this isn't good. So you just want to take the vacuum, go over it.
Don't try to detach it
this
from
a little bit. Yeah, don't try and pull this off of here. It's glued on there, on the braces. So you're gonna vacuum that and put it back in. It has
Also, you can take to the sink and you can wash it.
Yep.
But
Just make
after
sure it's
that,
dry before
after
you put it
that,
back in.
dry it.
And then it has this little tab here, so you can't screw up putting it back in. To replace a lamp, maybe grab some. The first thing that you want to do, if everyone looks in here, there's a little tab here in this hole, and just want to grab something to just push it to the side, pops up, and then you pull this off. Now here's our lamp inside. And there are 3 screws, flathead screws, and so we'll unscrew all of them. One of these is freakishly long too, so just keep unscrewing. And there's this little handle, pull it out. With the lamp, you only want to touch it on the plastic parts or this metal bracket on the bottom. You never want to touch this or this. These lamps are at very high temperatures, and if you would touch it with your hands, you have oil on your hands, and that oil can heat up and just shatter these lamps. So it's something to keep in mind. To replace it, it's exactly the reverse. Just put it in. If you don't have the right type of lamp, it won't fit, so don't try to force it. The C450 and the C440 lamps look very similar, but they have different notches cut out. They have different power ratings, so if it doesn't fit, you have the wrong lamp. I'll hook this up and turn it on and show you a couple things too. And then just push this down.
What about replacing lenses?
Lenses? Well, we gotta take it more apart for that. Do you want me to?
Well, show them.
So to do the lens, we open the top like before, and we open this in here. So we get lens access. I brought a lens with to show you. Obviously you don't want to touch the lens parts. So that's it. You'll notice there's a white dot on it. And that's important for aligning the lens when we do it. I'm gonna shut that off for a second. The next step is we're going to take this front panel off. Of course, I don't have a good X-round, so I'm going to have an X-round with me. No one?
Booyah.
Thank you. Wow, this one's just twisting. So I'm just unscrewing this case to take this front panel off in order to access the lens. Pulls up. And then it just twists and pulls out. You want to notice on this there's that red dot, and if you look in here there's a red dot. I don't know if you can see it in the projector. And so when you replace it, you just align the red dots, put it in, make sure it's in all the way, and then put it in, make sure it's in all the way, and then